Just make sure I have audio. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There we go. Sorry about that, people. My name is John LaJoy. Talk about 49ers football. There is injury updates. There are updates in the league. So I'm going to get to basically the Bengals and Ravens game first, so I can get that out of the way. So Bengals 20, Ravens 34. Ravens won by 14 points. So now the Ravens are 8-3, and the Bengals are 5-5. Mark Andrews is injured and out for the season for the Ravens. So hope he can get better soon. Josh Burrow is out. His thumb wrist got hurt last night during the game. And a lot of Ravens fans were saying they don't want to talk about last week's game against the Browns. That was 33-31. That's why they don't want to talk about it. But both games were good. The better team won. So the Ravens won last night against the Bengals. So congratulations to the Ravens for winning. They had some good plays. They had some bad plays too. So there was good and bad about that. And now let's get to the 49ers injury reports. Our backup quarterback, our backup lineman is going to be out. Nick Ziegler, I'm going to say Z. Cannot really pronounce his name. He's out for a torn bicep. Believe it happened during practice. He's on IR right now, but he's out. We found that out a few days ago. Another person that was for November the 15th for Nick Z. On November 14th, D.D. Flowers, linebacker, is questionable. He's on the injured list. Colton McKivitz is questionable. He got injured during the Jaguar game. It was his knee that went out. Drake Jackson is on the injury reserve. They're saying it's his knee. So that could have happened during practice. It could have There's several ways to hurt your knees. Guys that's still on IR since November the 6th are Robbie Bill Jr., Steve Sam Womack III is still on IR for a couple more weeks. I believe next week I think it's after the Seahawks game. Hi, David McNider. Welcome to the show. David McNider does have his own show. Great show to watch. Definitely a lot of good contact, good information, and great guy. Big 49er fan. Yep. And the other one, Danny Gray, is still on IR. I think they're working every single guy that's on IR right now for full practice. But we just got to see. And the Buccaneers, the battleships, the ships of the pirates, they like to fire their cannons all the time. They like sword fights for Buccaneers. Devin White, linebacker, is questionable. He has a foot injury, limited to practice. That was on the 16th. That was yesterday, notice. November 15th is Luke G, offensive lineman. He's questionable. Josh Hayes is questionable since November 14th. And they got a guy on IR, center. Basically, he'll be back or not back, one of the two. And that type of stuff. So, since the 49ers did a great job on defense against the Jaguars, they only hold the Jaguars to 3 points. So, basically, since we lost 3 games, we only give the Jaguar 3 points. Great. I say the defense did a better job during the Jaguar game. Definitely, everybody was getting off the line quickly. Everybody was hitting the key holes like A, B, C, and D gaps. That's basically football lingo for the defense. Offense is the same way. You got to worry about your A gaps. That's right next to the center and the guard. B gap is next to the guard and tackle. And C gap is right next to the tight end, the tackle, and the tight end. So, yes, I know about football lingo and that type of stuff. So it's great. So playing against the Bucs, we got to worry about definitely Baker Mayfield. I do have a funny feeling Nick Bosa and Chase Young is gonna do something to Baker Mayfield because they do have a good rivalry against each other. The running back, we got to definitely stop him from running. Either one of the running backs. And there's a few wide receivers that we got to keep close tabs on. I think our guys can definitely handle the pressure. Definitely try to handle taking them down and that type of stuff. Let me clear something with my computer. Sorry about that. It was taking a few minutes to clear something. Something popped up on my computer. And basically what we need to see is our defense doing their jobs, getting to the quarterback as quickly as they can, put a ton of pressure on Baker Mayfield so he doesn't have time to get the ball out, or where we can, same thing that we did to the Jaguars, basically hold them, sack them, knock him around, cause fumbles, make interceptions, and just make a great win again. Bucs, I definitely last year they didn't do that well with Tom Brady as their quarterback. Baker Mayfield is doing all right, but not as good. And he has jumped off has been on a lot of different teams. So basically we just got to see what happens. Definitely get the win. Fred, that is Fred Warner's birthday too, if everybody likes to know that. And what else can we talk about? So we can even do, I know the left side did a great job on the offense, the line. Trent Williams came back during Jaguars game. John Feliciano took over Aaron Banks' position, did very good. There is talk about putting him on the right side too, for the right guard, so they will be moving around in that. It's just talk right now. So we might have found a new key player to help us come out with wins. He did come from the Giants. He did play for the Oakland Raiders. Now it's Las Vegas Raiders. And let's make sure all of our guys do a very good job, come up with the win. And Tebow did great. BA did great. Juszczyk did great. CMC did a great job. He didn't get a touchdown, but he ran the ball very well. George Kittle, awesome touchdown. Definitely awesome. The end was a good one because he likes to joke around all the time. And what else? Brock Purdy did a great job. And I do know for sure the right side needs to get some definitely get a little bit more stronger, but they are doing their job. Now we got to see who's going to be starting for Colton McKivitz now, since he's questionable. Don't know if he's going to be playing or not. So the only person that can probably play for him is probably, we're going to have to play Jay Morris or Matt Pryor if Colton McKivitz cannot play. So we would have to see who we're going to start. I know we won't know anything until later today of who's going to be starting in that position. I don't think nothing has came up yet about who's going to be playing or anybody's out. But I do know this weekend is going to be definitely good games. I know probably the teams I did pick and me and my kids picked. Definitely going to have some wins and losses, but that's fun. And I do know that there is fellow podcasters that's going to be podcasting probably later today. Would be Brian Cope's show. I believe that's on at 7. And it's a panel of different people. Great show, good comedy. And then Brian Cope's wife has a station too, Tony Cope's, Lady of the Niners. That's usually on Saturday about 7 p.m. usually. Great cast, good panel too, awesome people to watch. Then Darwin from the Ravens, and that's with Levi. He was on last night doing his normal routine of podcasting the game, announcing the game, everything. Good show last night. And the other person that did a live game too, announcements were Corey Lockdown Davis, and David McKnight will probably be on tonight too, if I'm correct, right, David? With Brian Cole. They do a lot of stuff together. I know Niner Sickness podcast with Beto and Jess from East Coast Red and Gold will be on probably later today. I know Jess does her own show too with a great cast. Ty, Bex, and Maddie. No, Matt. Yeah, Maddie. They do a great show. Ryan, No Border Sports with Ryan. Him and Corey does a lot of shows together, and he does shows with TED Talk Ball too. And Niner Faithful Radio with Jason Massey and crew. And Joe Stevens from Seattle Talk. He has a great show. And we're doing a pre-recording on Monday, or that show will be launched on Wednesday about 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving, right before the football game that's on Thanksgiving Day. We'll be talking about like basically fans that's watching from TV or fans that is at the stadium up here in Washington. Because me and Jason Massey and Joe Stevens, all from Seattle location, and we will be talking about 49ers and Seahawks game. So that's going to be a great show. It's going to be a pre-recording show. We'll be doing the pre-recording on Monday and launching it. I'll be launching it on Wednesday. I will have a show on Tuesday. I will be talking about that again on Tuesday. Time on Tuesday should be 5:00. If I'm thinking doing one at 5:00 on Tuesday to definitely be talking about my Wednesday show with my guests too. And then Friday I'll be doing a show at 10:30, and that one will probably be with the kids too. So definitely stay tuned in. We will be doing definitely fun stuff this next weekend. And let's base. And there is one other person I need to make a shout out because he has done a shout out on his station, his podcast too, and that is Raider Bear. Good guy to watch. If you like to mess with the Raiders a little bit, joke around with them, he's one of the good type of guys to basically joke around. Same with Darwin from the Ravens. Sorry about that. Great too, and we do like to mess around with Joe Stevens too, since he's a Seahawk fan. But we do it for fun, laughs and giggles, to have a great show, great context for everybody, and just have a good time. We only talk, it's basically us talking shop, and that way we get to know each other and everything, and we just have fun. I know the game against the Tampa Bay Bucs, that's going to be a good game. So I'm thinking the Niners will have like a 30 point game, and let's give the Bucs 10. I am writing it down because it is my prediction for the game. And I'm honestly thinking Chase Young and Nick Bosa, they're going to want to come at the quarterback quick and fast, and they want to meet at the quarterback. So I'm honestly thinking Nick and Chase tag team on sacks together, or one guy gets the sack. I'm going to say 8 sacks for the whole D-line, if not more. I'm hoping for more. And I want to at least see the 49ers do basically, let's say, 2 more fumbles and probably 2 to 3 interceptions for our defense. So let's see if it happens. I'm definitely wanting a lot of pressure on that quarterback. So basically, it's going to be a bad day for him. And I'm hoping maybe the Buccaneers score, is lower than what I'm saying too. And I hope the 49ers do score a lot more higher than what I picked, because we got Trent Williams, we got Debo back. I know Trent took it easy for a few days because his ankle was throbbing a little bit, but he's the silverback, and he'll be always ready for the game. Debo's back. He's prime Debo. BA looks good. Let's see him. I want to see him get his hands on the ball too. George Kittle get his hands on the ball. And CMC, I want to see him do his magic. Use check too. Hi, Brian. Welcome to the show. You're probably listening. You got a show today at 7, if I'm correct. Definitely please smash that like button. Share it too. Everything. Brian Cope and his wife both have shows, great shows. His wife's name for her show is The Ladies of the Niners, if I'm correct, if Brian's listening. And Brian and David's shows are super great, super fun. I've been on their shows. They like to have a lot of guests. They like to have different people on their shows, everything. Definitely going to have to do a couple shows again with David and Brian Cope too. And Brian, since you did pop on, me, Jason Massey, and Joe Stevens are doing a pre-recording show. On Monday, that show will drop on Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving. And it's going to be 49ers and Seahawks talk on that day. About people watching off TV or being in the stadium. Different feelings, different ways to look at the game, talk about the lines, talk about the assets that we all have, everything. But let's definitely get that W, and let's get the win against the Buccaneers, against the Pirates. Let's definitely do some damage. And I do put Easter eggs in my thumbnails too. So if anybody knows the nickname of Chase Young, definitely be paying attention because it's right in my thumbnail. And I'll be doing more thumbnails probably like that, where you guys get to have a little bit of fun checking out the thumbnails too. So it will be like players' nicknames to look at or some type of information and that type of stuff. But it's where you can have a little bit of fun looking at the thumbnail too. And definitely be tuning in at 7 o'clock to Brian Cope's station. And he's definitely coming on at 7. And I think it would be, well, let me look at something. Because I know 9 o'clock is somebody, but I can't remember who. Going through scripts. I think it's Corey's show. Yeah. It will be probably, it's Brian Cope's and David will be. Oh, thanks, Brian. So tonight we would have to be watching for Brian Cope's station at 7. And okay. Thanks, Brian, for that information. And David McNiner's shows will be on tonight. And then next week it will be basically on to Corey Davis's show. So let's go get the win. Hey, Brian and David, why don't you put your score predictions in? Since I did mine for this week's game. I picked basically 30-10. Oh, 9-0. Wow. That would be a great score for a low scoring game. So you're saying probably field goal kicks, right, Brian? David McNiner, are you going to put in your score, or will you say it a little bit later today? Because I will definitely be tuning in a little bit later to watch your guys' shows because they're always great and funny. All right, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, 3 safeties and a field goal. Nice. 2 scores. 50 burger. Nice. That's going to be definitely a great scores for every one of us. We try to get it right, or we get it wrong. One of the two, right, guys? But definitely going to be a great game on Sunday, and the game will start at 1:05 p.m. on the Fox, if you guys like to know. So definitely a great game, and definitely can't wait for the Thanksgiving game against the Seattle, because my house is always divided, if you guys can't tell. It's basically 3 Niners versus 1 Seahawk, but my stepdad has a lot of Seahawk family too, plus 1 Kansas City Chiefs, aka Swifty fan too. All right, I'll catch you guys later. I will pop on to listen to your guys' show, and I'll catch you guys all later. Y'all have a good day, and let's go Niners. And David McNiner's favorite word for the Rams is F the Rams. Um, and let's go get the W, and we'll catch you later. Peace.